Where have I been? What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name. What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name is Sid, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, today, finally, your boy has early access. What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name is Sid. What's going on? My name is Sid, and today on the Crew 2, to go from rookie to icon 1000. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and welcome back to the Crew. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid. And what's going on, boys? My name is Sid. And what's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and I've played the Crew Motorfest, and this is the Crew Motorfest first bit of gameplay. And what's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and a few changes have been made. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid. Yeah, I did it. Alright, you can see it's still water stains on my top as I was wearing it while I shaved, but I did it. And I did this, and truly, not only do I actually not think it looks that bad, but truly, I'm happy. Knowing everything I've been through, which is whatever, but on top of that, knowing that it's a thing to make a difference, it makes me happy knowing I did it, you know? It makes me very happy knowing I did it. It makes me very proud, I suppose. Yes, I shaved off my beard for Movember. I think it was already a long time coming. I already wanted to do it. It was already gonna happen. But there was a bunch of reasons, mainly that I wanted to do it, was because I am at a point in my life where everything's sort of been reduced down to find time to do things and stress a little bit. But outside of that, everything else has all these struggles that I'll talk about. They've all come to an end. An amicable end, but with life, you know, it's never really an end. But I'm at peace at the moment. But not only that, there's a big culture right now of very negative role models. People who teach very struggling, insecure, struggling men that they need to bottle themselves up even more. That they need to put themselves in a case, chuck it down a river, and never see it again, and instead just become a stoic and be unfazed, and also treat those around you with very little respect. Or a show of respect. But the major thing is that these are people who are struggling. These are kids who are struggling. These are many people in many different situations that are struggling. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that there's one simple thing, and that is to reach out. There's many different reasons you could need to reach out, but there's a few situations where I did reach out, or maybe I should have reached out. But even if I did or I didn't, these are situations I've gone through, and situations I can talk about, and things that I've had to deal with. So, I hope everything I've got planned for Movember, all the regular videos and whatnot, which will have the fundraiser attached. Please, if you can, give some money to help out, to make the difference in someone else's life, you know? But that's what I'm going to be doing over this next month. But what are my reasons for doing such a catastrophic thing? Well, let me explain. Yeah, so there's so many angles I could come at this from. Many, many, many angles. Growing up, I grew up with a rather abusive parent. It was mentally, emotionally, manipulative, abusive, as well as sometimes physically abusive. And that was terrible, because the bigger issue was it was also isolating. I grew up not only not being able to connect with anyone or anything in my own house, but with a skin tone around people that didn't match up, and a culture that didn't match up, growing up in a white area. So I didn't connect to anyone in school either, and I grew up socially awkward. I wasn't able to speak to anyone really. Everyone deemed me weird because I was always quiet, and I didn't know how to present myself very well. There's also that aspect that isn't talked about a lot. The generalization and the real casual nature that racism against just being brown can be, and the way that, again, mental health wise, you can start to dissociate with yourself. There's a very long time that I didn't want to be the skin tone I was. There was also a longer time where I didn't want to be where I was, in the house that I was. I felt trapped for many years. It was a situation where I had nothing I could do. There's also stress. I recently got ill from stress. I didn't even know that was possible, but I spawned spots all over my body, as well as just the whole host of issues. Bowels misbehaving, fatigue, brain fog, headaches, dizziness, everything. Gutate psoriasis is what it was, and it all started because of stress. So there is so many angles I could come at this from. But there's one major one that I want to be at. Because yes, it is a men's mental health thing, but everyone struggles. Everyone. But there's a major thing that people don't understand. Back in 2020, I was kicked out of the house, and I ended up moving. I lived with my mum, and I moved. But in that process, not only was it already traumatic, not only had I had an incident a year prior where I was very much on the edge, and a very close friend of mine ended up being lucky enough to happen to say something that pulled me away from that moment. She didn't know that at the time, but she did eventually. And that was already a close call. But in 2020, I was then kicked out the house, and I moved, and it was already traumatic. It was already grating, and I still struggle with a lot from it. But I didn't have anything. I was now far away from all of my friends, far away from anyone familial to me, and I didn't have my coping mechanisms. I didn't have my video games. I didn't have my editing. I didn't have videos. I didn't have nothing. That whole time got very, very, very dark. It sort of all decayed and decayed and decayed until just life got too much, and I reached the breaking point. And the major thing that I remember thinking at the time is, I don't see a way out of this. There is nothing on the other end. I don't see anything. It felt like I'm in a void, a pit, a bottomless, dark pit. But what a dumbass I was, because here I am. And then end of 2020, I end up starting the channel, and I build this. And yes, this is a great source of stress, but it's still an amazing source of joy. I went through a toxic relationship, which is, again, another angle I could have gone through it. But now I'm with a girl who just treats me so much better than I feel like I deserve to be treated. and I find so much enjoyment in treating her the best I can. And I'm in such a position now that I couldn't have ever thought I was before. So I'm gonna come from any angle. A quote from a Tom Scott video that I watched, and it really stuck with me, is, "Even this shall pass." Not only does it keep you humble, because it's a saying you can say whenever, forever. Not only does it keep you humble, because if you're at the top of your game, you feel like everything's going well, you feel like you're doing better than you ever were or ever can do. It reminds you that don't take it for granted. Appreciate it while you have it. Don't let it leave your grasp, but eventually, even if it does, prepare yourself for it. But it also reminds you when you're at your lowest that it's not the end. It's never the end. It's okay to reach out for help. If you're in a situation where you have parents who now don't, it's always a sticky one, but it's always a rough situation. But reach out. The school system, reach out so they know what's going on. The people around you, reach out. Whether it's an abusive relationship, whether it's an abusive parent, whether it's stress from work or whatever it may be, or whether it is just feeling like it's everything and there's no way out of where you are in life right now, reach out to someone. I may have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I feel like it's so important to be doing this with Movember right now, because there's become such a culture recently of man up, all these role models whose whole thing is you can't have emotion, you can't feel, you gotta shuck it up and shut off and be big man, so you get there's so many different rhetorics that come with it, and it's scary what's becoming of these role models now, preying on insecure men and preying on them to manipulate them into something else. I spent my time being very socially awkward, very shy, not knowing what to do, and I thank anything I can, knowing that I didn't go down the rabbit hole of that I just decided to become a better person rather than being that. So again, instead of going down the wrong path, instead of finding crutches, just reach out. And that's as simple as it can be. And I am going to be doing a big thing. It's going to be a big statement for this whole thing. Not only is every video this month going to have the fundraiser attached to it, please do donate if you can. Please give any amount you can. It's going to be going to various mental health charities. But I'm also, well, at the start of this year, I started growing a beard. The sides, they would never grow. They would just refuse to grow. You can see them there. I have to do that to show you because it's so thin and messy. Because the sides started growing, so I went, I'ma leave it until November. That was at the start of this year. Now it's November. And now I'm going to be doing something that makes a statement, because it is, as the top I'm wearing does say, but it is flipped around. You grow a mo, you save a bro, you know? It's alright. It's a bit of fun. But I'm going to be doing something big to show that statement. And that is this. I don't actually remember what I said there, but I did this. This is what I did, and it's here to stay for a while, because I want I need this, really. My beard was already very flimsy and frail and whatnot, but this will help it grow back thicker. But the best thing is it isn't about that. The best thing is that it's more so about helping someone. And truly, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier in the video, but truly, not only to you struggling, but those who might have someone around them struggling. The first thing I heard when telling some of my older friends who, so some of the friends who I known for longer, the things I was going through, one of the main things their replies was, I didn't know. You were always just chilling. You were always making jokes or whatever. I didn't know. So what I urge you to do is reach out to someone in your life. Someone who might be struggling. Someone who might need that help. Even if it might not seem like they need that help. Because like the time I saw no end, and I don't know if I explicitly mentioned, but 2 times where I had decided to make a specific decision that would have been permanent, what stopped me was my closest childhood friend reaching out. And now here I am. So, find someone around you and reach out. And you, the one who's struggling, reach out to someone for help. If it doesn't work, try again. If it doesn't work, try again. If everything else has been beating you down, let reaching out be the one thing that you do not let beat you down. And that's the best thing you can do. I'm not going to plug any members or anything. What I am going to plug is leave some money for the fundraiser that's going to be attached to this video and the videos this month. I look forward to it. I'll see you boys across this month. Speaking of mental health, I'm heading to the gym. So, see you boys in the next one in a bit.